there, but for the grace of God go I. You know, that's a phrase we all have heard, right? And intellectually we understand. But few of us experience that sentiment on a daily basis. When you work with diabetes patients who are also homeless, the phrase is often top of mind. Kathleen Mahoney and Dory McLaughlin run the AADE accredited diabetes program at the Mary Howard Clinic right here in downtown Philadelphia. Now, the women have been friends for years, as Kathleen was Dory's nursing professor at Temple University. Now, Dory's been at the clinic for 8 years, and Kathleen came on board almost 3 years ago to get the program up and running. Now, there are a number of clinics in Philadelphia that serve the underprivileged, but the Mary Howard Clinic, it is the only one that serves the homeless population exclusively. Now, Kathleen says, you know, people are afraid of the homeless. You see them with carts and sleeping on the curb. But when you see them in class, you realize it's there for the grace of God go I. We're all virtually one step away. They don't have support. They don't have a parent to take them in. They don't have a brother or a sister to give them some cash. They've all lost jobs and homes. We want to remove the stigma as well as care for them. Now, many of Mary Howard's patients stay at homeless shelters. Some are better than others. Many have rules regarding food and medication that don't align well with the needs of diabetes patients. Now, Robin Turner, he was diagnosed in 2000. Here's how he describes mealtime at his shelter. You can look at the food and say what you want or don't want. But if you ask them to make something different, they say you're getting whatever's in front of you. Whatever the cook makes, that's what you eat, whether it's the right food for you or not. Now, of course, every person on insulin should carry some sort of candy or sweet in case of emergency. But some shelters have a policy that doesn't permit residents to carry food. They also restrict access to glucose monitors. Mr. Turner says, if you're feeling like your sugar is low and you want to check it, they won't let you do it unless it's at one of their set times. So if you're feeling lightheaded, the best thing for you to do is say, I need to go to the hospital. That's the only way they're going to help you, by calling an ambulance. Now, I understand places have rules, but when it comes to a sick person, you can't be playing with that. Now, there's also the simple issue of privacy, as Joseph Martin, who's had diabetes since 1977, found out. They make you do your monitor check and insulin right in front of them, alongside people who are eating. And I think that's offensive. I can't go upstairs to the lavatory and bring it back to them. They want it done right there where they can see it. Who wants to see blood when they're trying to eat? But that's their rules. The Mary Howard Clinic has a whole team of medical professionals in place to support their diabetes patients. Along with diabetes educators, they have behavioral health consultants, social workers, and psychiatric nurse practitioners, among others. They support their patients in a comprehensive way. That makes a difference with the classes. Medicaid cuts means most patients can't even afford bus fare to the clinic. So the clinic provides them with tokens. Patients can come as often or as little as they want. There's no punishment if they miss. They get a lot of support, and that's what keeps them coming back. I don't want to be a diabetic, Tracy Horton says. The classes do me a world of good. I didn't know I was on the cusp of having diabetes, and the classes, they show me how important it is to watch my intake of a lot of different foods. I have to ride the bus an hour to get to Mary Howard, but the staff is so helpful. I like the way they do things, and that's what keeps me coming back. I got my first 10-class certificate, and I'm 2 classes towards my second. I learn more every time I come back. Just listening to everyone here is real. It really means a lot to be in a group, and the medical support helps a lot too. Robin Turner says, at one point I was ashamed to tell anybody I was diabetic. I didn't want anybody in my business, but coming here, I opened up. I could say something here and get some good feedback, some positive feedback. and feel good about myself at the same time. Terrell Wilson has had diabetes for 5 years. Now, before class, I didn't know about A1C, he says. It's come down a lot since I started coming. It's good to be in a group of people with the same problems that I have. You look forward to when you come. Before, I thought I was on my own, but here you're with people who face the same problems that I have. I didn't know they had groups to talk about it. It allows you to talk about the problems you have versus just stuffing it in. Alex Liggett is so impressed with the Mary Howard staff that he just signed up for their diabetes classes from his new shelter. I was diagnosed a couple of years ago in D.C. They gave me insulin and just sent me on my way. They didn't teach me anything. So I didn't take the disease seriously. Mary Howard took the time to educate me on how serious diabetes is, that I could lose limbs or go blind or even die if I didn't treat it right. They had me on medications that brought my level down to 126, the lowest it's ever been. I feel so much better that I want to learn more about the disease so I can teach other people on the street that I know have diabetes. Coming to Mary Howard has literally saved my life. I know that someone there always cares about me. Kathleen often walks to the grocery store to help the patients buy the right foods. Now, this is just another example of the one-on-one support that Mary Howard patients get that they truly appreciate. When asked what the most important thing the class has given him, Tracy Horton says, hope. A lot of hope. This class has given me a lot of hope because you have a lot of very sweet people who care, and they're really about helping you with your diabetes. It's not a smokescreen like you get with most people and places that you come in contact with. Mary Howard gives you hope.